Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Den with D2 Destinations, and today we're going to replace the fog lights on the Goldwing. Now, there's a lot of reasons to do that. The older ones, they're not quite as bright as the newer ones, but in my case, a rock came up and it shattered the lens of a throttle side fog lamp. So, I'm going to replace those. I ordered these new ones right off of Amazon, and I'm going to have a link down below where you can take a look at these. You can get the originals, which are quite expensive. There are others that are really expensive. These are about $90. And what I really like about these is they're plug and play. Basically, it comes with this unit and the hardware right here. You just use the original screws. This, you just plug this right in and it's all set. It's that easy. Now, if you do not have fog lights and you want them, you can pick up a set of these and just cut out the holes in the valance. The wiring for fog lights is already in the Goldwing. You may have to order the on-off switch, which goes on a plate right in front of your left knee in addition to just the lights. Or if you've got the old ones and you're not happy that they're bright enough or whatever, replace them with a set of these. Check the link down below. I'll have these in there. You can click on that. You pay nothing more on Amazon. The channel does receive a very, very small commission. We greatly appreciate that. Let's get outside, turn some wrenches, and get this done. All right, guys, here we are outside. All we're gonna need is an Allen wrench and a socket set. And then we can get to work on the bike down here. First, we're gonna take the valance off, and then once we get the valance off, we're going to remove the old fog lights and put in this brand new set of fog lights. Now this should help tremendously. Basically considering, as you can see, this one down here, it's not doing so well. It is shattered. And we'll do a close up here so you can see that. This is broken right here. You can see the glass is kind of chipping away on that. That is not good. So we're going to install these, so let's get down here and start turning some of these wrenches. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is remove these screws. I'll give you a close-up on that so you can see it. Right up here, you'll see this screw right here. There's one on the other side, right over there on the top. And then there's a couple right here on the side, one on this side and one on the other side. Once we get those removed, we're going to be able to go ahead and take the valance off and get at the fog lights for removal. So let's start by removing these. And that one's loose. I can loosen the other one from this side as well, just by reaching through. And now I'm going to loosen this one. I put a towel down just so these things just don't go running away on us. Let's get this one up here. It's already loosened up. Another one on the side down here. And those four are now loose. And this has push pins here that need to be popped. Pull those out. Each of those. And then we'll just pull this right down out and slide this down. And there we go. The valance is now out. Right here we're going to remove these two Phillips head screws that hold part of the bracket on that's blocking us getting to the main light. So if we just remove this, that brings the whole light right down. Just as easy as that. Now, to release these clips, there is a detent right here coming out of the bike. And when this is up in here like this, you push this down as hard as you can right here, and it will slip straight out like that. And now we can plug in the new one after we take off this old bracket. Okay, so you can see there's three remaining bolts right here. This one, and this one. That's an 8mm. So what we're going to do is just remove these, and then we'll have room for the brand new one to slip right in there. Got this one over here, and this one over here. Have to get the spacers back in there so it looks just like this. It's going to go in the top right here, and then this one's going to go through
to right there. Okay, now that we've got the spacers handheld, we can work on this one first. Just kind of line it up. There we go. That same bracket is in the way, so we're just going to have to loosen that a bit once we get this in here, so we can tighten down each of these bolts. To loosen these two screws to get behind there to get that top bolt, but now we're just going to tighten these back in, and then we'll tighten down the other bolts with the spacers in there. And there's that little rubber grommet really helps keep it snug. So that top bolt we've already tightened down, so I'm securing these behind it. There we go. That's into place. That's into place. And now for the bottom. Okay, so we'll tighten this down. And again, it compresses these rubber dampers in there. It keeps that nice and snug. Now that that is firmly in place, we're going to plug this back in just by lining up with the existing plug that's there. And there you go. It snaps right into place. So before we go any further, I'm going to turn the bike on and just double check that light. And there we go. Look at the difference between that and that. I mean, if that's not pretty much night and day, don't know what is. Now it's time to go to the other side. Okay, here we go. Now we're on the other side. We're going to again take the Phillips screwdriver and remove the light from the bracket. Just these two screws here. Those two screws are removed. The light will twist right down. We're going to take the 8mm and go ahead and remove the old bracket. But we need to save this combination with the spacers in there for when we install the new one here in just a second. I'm just going to get all these loose. You just push real hard on this harness piece right here, and this slips right back out. You push your thumb right here real hard, pull that straight out. Okay, we removed the two Phillips head here so we can move the light over. That way we can get to this top bolt right here. Otherwise, you can't really get your ratchet over it. So I'm just going to tighten this down. That's nice and snug. And now we can put these two Phillips head screws back in to hold the light assembly onto that bracket. Now the last bolt has to go back down in here in the bottom. Okay, and that's tightening up, and just get it nice and snug. I'm going to check this one more time. All right, now we're getting the bottom, and we'll give that a good snug. Now we're going to go ahead and plug this one in. The shape is really obvious when you see it and how to put that in. And there, it just clipped right in. Put another zip tie in there, and then we'll just clip that off. Make sure that that stays in place. And there we go. Let's go ahead and turn that on. It's going to look a lot better, I think, than this one. I don't know if you can see that hole that's in there. All right, and there you have it. That is significantly brighter than what we had before. So you can see, gives a nice bright light. And I'm going to film this again at night like I did last time, so you can see the light pattern on there. But for now, we're just going to put the valance back on. Okay, guys, so there you have it. All of the framing bolts have been put back in for the valance, and that's probably the most difficult part of this whole thing, is just lining this valance back up and having these bolts go right back in. There are a couple of push pins that need to go back in the top right up here. It's really just a few main bolts to get the valance off, and as you saw, taking this bracket out, it really is not that difficult at all. But now, instead of having this with a major hole in it, just like this, we've got a brand new bright light right here. So it's really not a terrible job to do, and anybody can do this with simple hand tools. You just need basically a hex key set. I'm not sure exactly what size this one is, but it's, as you can see, the third one on the big side right here, and 8mm ratchet Phillips head screwdriver. That's all you need. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the difference in the light patterns now that we have this installed. Of course, you can tell already just by the look at the front of this bike. Check this out. These lights are really, really bright in comparison. There we go. And we'll show that to you at night as well. But I think for the most part, that is going to make a huge improvement. This is what the 2002 Goldwing looks like with its current fog light configuration. All right, guys, as you can probably see, those fog lights are significantly brighter than the others. And I'm going to do the same walk around about the same way we did it with the originals. We'll come around here and take a look at the light pattern. And you can see it is significantly brighter on the bottom where the fog lamps are shining. So as we did last time, what I'm going to do is back this up just a bit here. There we go. And you can see that that is really bright. I'll turn those off. That's with them off. On. Off. That's just the headlamp. On. Off. On. So you can see that that is a significant jump in light. Even with the camera, it doesn't show that quite as much as it is in real life, but yeah, it's safe to say that this is a considerable upgrade. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.